Easy for you. We did it for you. We put it together. There it is. 287. Oh no, that was the last item number. It's 706896, I believe. Okay, let's move on. So this is in my cart as we speak. I don't know that I'll even get it because I have about 730 of these sets, but I will.
These will sell out.
There you go. I put it in my cart because I watched your presentation. I was like, I'm in. The last Morgan, so the 1921, right? So the last of the year that they made the Morgan, and then when they started the new, the piece, right? You're getting them both.
Yes. Yes, you get the. They actually technically made a peace dollar in 1921, but it was considered a commemorative dollar and ultra high relief.
Right.
And it wasn't ever spent or anything. So the first year the actual peace dollar that was circulated is 1922. So here's what you get. You get the last Morgan silver dollar, the first regular issue peace dollar. But here's the key to that. $55 a coin. $55 a coin. In the nationally advertised catalog, the 1921 Morgan in brilliant uncirculated condition is $113. The 1922 peace dollar is $108.
Wow, Mike.
Either one of them, you in essence pay what we charge for the pair. So to start with, we've got these coins. They're brilliant uncirculated. They're in stock. They're ready to go. You get the pair for $109.95. Two coins, the 21 Morgan and the 22 piece. Now, if that's not enough, like I said, we've taken $40 off the price. But here's where it gets really interesting. The United States Mint is in the process. Next year is 2021. Everybody knows that. But it happens to be the 100th anniversary of the Morgan silver dollar.
That's right.
The United States Mint has got incredible plans for the Morgan silver dollar. They're going to do it in silver, and they're going to do it in gold, and they're going to do it in all the different mints, and they're going to do uncirculated and burnished and reverse proof and enhanced reverse proof. It is going to be crazy. It is going to be one of the greatest coin programs ever done by the United States Mint. The problem with that is everybody is going to want to pair the original Morgan silver dollar from 1921 with that. Already in the marketplace, these things have dried up. We recently did a big show down in Houston, Texas, back when everybody was still doing coin shows. That was about, 6 weeks ago. Normally, we would be able to find 1921 Morgans. We could find about 2,000 coins there, 3,000 coins. I think we found 37.
Wow, Mike.
That's the problem. They have disappeared. It's not that they've melted them or anything. Everybody is hoarding them because they know that next year when they start releasing all these 2021 Morgans, everybody's going to want to back collect. And those things are going to absolutely explode. Well, because of that, I should probably hang on to these, but we decided to do it as well. They're also going to do a special peace dollar for that same thing, the 100th anniversary of the start of the peace dollar, the end of the Morgan silver dollar. So 2021 is going to be the year of the silver eagle, the silver dollar. You got the silver dollars, you got the new silver eagle. It is going to be insane. I would buy now. Not only are silver prices historically low, but you're buying well in front of the wave, and you're getting them at half price of today's price.
Oh my gosh. I know, it's like a buy one, get one today. And like you said, and the bookends and on its commemorative year, you were right. We are very, very busy. If we have any of these left over, I hope to get at least one set. But we are seeing people buy more than one set, and that happens too with our coin collectors and our coin collector shows. People come in and they see something that's as beautiful and as desirable, and they snatch up not one set, but several.
Well, I mean, how many grandkids do you have? How many kids do you have? You have nieces, nephews. I mean, that's what coin collecting is. Look, it's a generational touchstone. Mothers and fathers to sons and daughters and nieces and nephews from their aunts and their uncles and grandparents to their grandchildren. It's something that's passed down from generation to generation. And this is generational. Look, this was 1921. The reason that's called the peace dollar is that was the end of World War I. So that's why they had the peace dollar. Look at the difference in the eagles there. And we just showed that. The eagle and the Morgan silver dollar with the spread wings that you see there. And if you look real closely, in his talons, you have the olive branch of peace and the talons of war is traditionally what the eagle has always been designed in American coinage that you're going to have right there. But in the peace dollar, his talons, he's sitting at rest. His talons are holding only an olive branch of peace is all that is in that. I mean, the world was exhausted from war that you're going to have. So, like you said, we started with about 800 or so of these. You can see these are going extremely quickly because not only are these original coins, now keep in mind, these are not the commemoratives. These are original 100-year-old United States silver dollars in original, brilliant, uncirculated condition. That's why the Morgan dollar in the nationally advertised catalog, $113. The peace dollar, $108 in the nationally advertised catalog. Wow. But instead, we are $109.95. Like you said, these are going by the handful.
And by the way,
what it comes down to.
Remember, FlexPay is for everybody that shops with us. Maybe this is the first coin collector show that you've ever tuned into. You only have to pay that first $27.49 to get these home. You get to pay over time, so break this down into monthly payments. The price is good already. And then you have the 90 days. You get to get them home. You get to look at them for yourself. They come encapsulated as well. They are absolutely stunning, but we are very limited and we are counting down really quickly, Mike. I don't think I'm gonna get my hands on these either.
Well, hopefully they'll hold it for you if you have it in your basket there. Now, here's the other thing. I alluded to this earlier in the show. It's not just that, we have the 1921 Morgan the next year is going to be even more desirable, even more collectible, and everybody's going to want it. But the fact that this is a 100-year-old coin, but it's a silver coin. And in the marketplace today, silver coins are almost impossible to find. Silver Eagles, the United States government has sold out. Try to find prior year Silver Eagles. Everybody is sold out. Silver coins are selling at some of the biggest premiums that I've ever seen in the history of the numismatic marketplace. We were going to do $149.95 on this, kind of reflecting the new reality of silver coins in the marketplace. I literally sent out an email about 5 hours ago that said, we got these in essence at the old price.
Yeah.
I can honor this at $109.95. So let's do this at $1. Look, I could have sold every one of them at $149.95. We know that, right?
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and discount them $20 a coin, even though they're original, even though they're brilliant uncirculated, even though they're basically $50 a piece. Look, you get the presentation box, you get the airtight holders that are with those as well. You put all that together, and it is tremendously collectible. Plus, you're well ahead of the wave that's going to happen next year, and I can promise you it's going to happen. I've seen it. It's not the first time that the United States government did this. Remember when they did the gold walking Liberty half dollar, and the gold Mercury time, and the gold walking standing Liberty quarter? Those were monstrous, and all they did was get them in gold. Can you imagine if they would have done those in silver? They're going to do that. And we've heard tell that they're going to make them at the Philadelphia Mint, at the Denver Mint, at the San Francisco Mint. They're going to do privy marks so that they have Carson City Mint and New Orleans Mint represented in there as well. It is going to be one of the greatest coin conflagrations that the United States Mint has ever done. Conflagration, sorry about that they have ever done. It is going to be absolutely, truly amazing. It will be one of the greatest numismatic events of my lifetime. But if you get this now, and this original 1921 Morgan is going to lead the pack, it's going to lead the field. This is what everybody's going to want. And the 22-piece dollar is going to be right next to it, and you get the pair of these at really $50 a piece.
Yeah, and we started this hour with less than 800. We are down to, as you could see, counting down to 480. We plan on selling every last one right here, right now. And from the very first coin show I did with you, I've always been drawn. I thought her name was Morgan, but it's the engraver, right? It was the guy that engraved
George
it.
T. Morgan, as a matter of fact. Yeah, George Morgan was the engraver, and it was interesting. He was the one of the engravers at the United States Mint for what amounts to his entire life. But he worked there with Charles Barber and his son, and Charles Barber and his son then kind of monopolized all the designs. You know, we know about the Barber dime and the Barber quarter and the Barber half. This is the only legal tender that the United States government ever made with George T. Morgan's designs, and so that's why we're able to call it the Morgan dollar. Is ultimately what that is. Now, the woman that's depicted on that was actually a school teacher that sat down for that, and that was absolutely scandalous at the time. Absolutely scandalous at the time that she sat down and did that. You know, proper women didn't sit down and have their pictures drawn. is ultimately what it came down to, and so that was a pretty rare event. And so and it's interesting. One of the things that I collect what are called pattern coins. And there were several patterns of the Morgan silver dollar before they arrived at this. One of the most famous patterns in American history is the Morgan silver dollar with a different design on the front called the schoolgirl design, where she kind of has a hat on. And it kind of makes her look different or younger, if you will. And that's in my personal collection is a schoolgirl Morgan pattern.
Really?
Is what that's the way they used to do that. They used to, instead of doing sketches that people look like, they'd literally strike a bunch of different weird coins called patterns and hand them out and say, "What do you think of these?" They do them in different denominations, or not different denominations, but in different compositions and with different designs. It was really pretty cool. But the Morgan silver dollar has always been a stalwart of American collecting. The peace dollar has always been a stalwart. The problem with that is the vast majority of all the Morgan silver dollars and peace silver dollars ever made by the United States government have been destroyed. They've been melted. Because you have to understand, up until 1964, you could basically get these for $1. That's what silver was. But then in 1979, when silver went to $50 an ounce, they were melted by the millions. As a matter of fact, the 1921 Morgan is made mostly of melted prior year Morgans. Under the Pittman Act of 1918, the United States government melted 360 million Morgan silver dollars. A lot of that was used to make the Morgan silver dollar and then the peace silver dollars that followed that as well. They estimate that about 90% of all the Morgan silver dollars ever made by the U.S. Mint have been melted down and destroyed. So the ones that remain, not all of them are brilliant uncirculated. Wow. Not all of them occupy this unique place in not only numismatic history, but American history as well with the end of World War I. And as you can see, we've only got about 30 dozen, now less than 30 dozen of these, as these are really flying, as people are really buying multiples of these. Yeah. With almost 500 sold right now.
Yeah, and by the way, even speaking of the design, I mean, look at how much she changed just from the beginning to the end, right? I mean, completely different.
Yeah, well, actually, they're different designs for both those different designers. The peace dollar was designed by someone else that you can see with a different model. So you've got the Morgan silver dollar on the left, and then the complete change to the peace dollar, much more peaceful, like I said. The Morgan silver dollar is a fascinating, an absolutely fascinating piece of American history created by the Bland-Allison Act, which was the United States government had to buy a certain amount of silver to support the states out west. And they had to do something with it, so they made them into Morgan silver dollars, which is why they were in the Treasury vault for so long. Well, I wish they'd have kept a few more of them, and that's why there are so few of them today. And then they melted them down, like I said, starting in 1918. They melted down hundreds of millions of Morgan silver dollars. There's another story to that as well we don't have enough time for, where we had to help the English support their currency in India against the Germans during World War I. So we melted down 200 million Morgan silver dollars and sent that silver to India for the British government. So all of that kind of stuff. But regardless, you've got a brilliant uncirculated pair. You've got absolutely amazing prices. You're ahead of the curve. You're ahead of the wave. They're in stock. They're ready to ship. They're on sale. You know me, I can talk about this for days.
I know, and that's why we love it. I mean, even when I'm not home, I've recorded these shows. If you want it, we are down to the wire, as you can see, 270 of these remaining. That is all we have left as we head into that commemorative year. What a beautiful gift for yourself, something to add to your collection, or to go ahead and tell that story to the people you started your collection with. 287-205 is your item number. You get the 1921, Morgan, the 1922 piece. It is a 2-piece set. You only have to pay the first $27.49 today. Please place your order if this is one that speaks to you. We are almost out of quantity. 287-205 is your item number. We are moving on to a beautiful presidential set. So